but hardly 60 students join. Okay, so today we'll start with a new topic in same unit, that is how to find out velocities in a mechanism by using ICR method. So we discuss how to determine velocities and acceleration by using relative velocity and acceleration method. In this session, we'll discuss about instantaneous center method, how to use this method, what are the basics of this method. Okay, so can anyone tell me what is this method? What is ICR method? What you know about ICR method? Yes, please. Anyone? Yes or no? Otherwise, we'll continue. If not, if don't know.
No, sir.
No one remember about ICR? I hope you completed this subject in diploma. Those who from DSE, and we have near about 50 students from DSE side. So it is already there in your syllabus. Okay, no problem. So let's start with this topic called the ICR. I hope my screen is clearly visible to you and I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So remember, let's say consider link A. Just focus on this arrow. I hope this arrow is visible to you. Yes or no? This arrow is
No, sir.
visible? Not visible?
No, sir, not visible.
Please check it out. This one. Now it is at A point. Not visible?
No, sir.
Now I'm just showing with highlighter. Is it visible?
No, sir.
Hello? I
Sir,
highlighted this.
presentation first slide वर stuck झाली I think.
Okay, wait. Is it visible to you now?
Yes.
Slide 2.
Yes, sir.
It is introduction. Okay. Yes, visible now.
Visible.
And this arrow I'm talking about because I want to highlight with show with arrow now. I have to use this.
Yes.
So arrow also visible and this slide also visible clearly. Okay. Okay. This pointer I took now, is it visible? Is it clear? Hello?
Sir, pointer is not visible.
See, I'm just, it is at A now.
No, sir, not
No, sir.
visible.
Not visible.
Yeah. Is it visible now? Please reply. Don't waste time. Hello?
Sir, not
Yes,
visible.
sir.
कुठे?
Yes or no?
No,
Just
sir.
red color pointer is there. Now it is at A.
Not visible, sir.
No, sir. Not visible.
Just wait. I'm just changing slides. Is it with you visible to you? Not okay.
सर प्रेझेंटेशन बंद करून परत चालू करता का?
Just wait. I'm trying. Okay, I think visible now. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we start now. So what is ICR basically? Let's say consider one link is there. That is link AB here. Okay. And this link is moving from this first position to another position. Let's say that second position is A1, B1. Just focus on what I'm saying and what I'm showing to you, not on theory, what is written on the PPT. So let's say link is moving from AB position to A1, B1 position. Now tell me, when it is moving from AB to A1, B1, its motion is combination of translation as well as rotation. Now what I said, what you understand when I said translation and rotation means the complete motion from AB to A1, B1, it is combination of two motions. let's say from AB to A1 B dash, it is translation, means it translate, and then from A1 B dash to A1 B1, it will rotate. So I think you get idea what I said. It is combination of translation and rotation. Not always first translation and then rotation, but it may be, let's say in second diagram, it may be first rotation. So it from AB, it rotates to AB dash, and then from B dash to B1, it will
Translate.
Okay. So like this, it moves from AB to B dash and then B dash to B1, like rotate and translate. So it may be combination of rotation plus translation or translation plus rotation, but the body is moving from one place to another place. When this kind of motion is there, we can assume that this body is to have pure rotational motion about some point. Means whenever body is moving from one place to another place, one position to another position, it may be combination of translation and rotation. But in general, we consider it as pure rotation. Means we assume that the body is having pure rotation about some center of rotation. So let's say when body is moving from AB to A1 B1, I can say that body is rotating, having pure rotational motion about one point. That point, and remember this point is imaginary point. The point about which we assume that this body is having pure rotation, that point is called as the instantaneous center of rotation. I repeat, if you assume that body to have a pure rotational motion about some center, let's say I, then that center, which is an imaginary center, is known as a instantaneous center of rotation. So center of rotation might be clear because it assumes that the body is having rotation about the center. But why it is called instantaneous? Because let's say at that instant, the center of rotation is I. But when the body moves to another position, that center of rotation gets changed. So as the center of rotation gets changing from one instant to another instant, then therefore the center of rotation is called the instantaneous, because it is changing at particular position. It is same at one particular position, but it will be different at another position. So we say, I repeat what I discussed up to here. I just told you what is instantaneous center of rotation. I repeat again. Let's say what we discuss here, combined motion of rotation and translation of link AB is there, but we assume to be a pure motion, pure rotational motion about some center. Let's say that center is here. Then the center I, whichever we assume, the center I is called as a instantaneous center of rotation. And remember, let's say it is just shown here. Here that center is I. Let's say consider body AB here. This one is position AB. It is moving from AB to A1 B1. So this is second position. And now how we find out I? It's just one technique to find out instantaneous center of rotation. What we do here, just join A1 and B1. Means there are only two positions, AB and A1 B1. Other things are just construction part. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. There are two positions of body. AB is first position and A1 B1 is second position. Now what happened? Let's join AA1 and BB1 and draw perpendiculars. Bisector of this AA1 and BB1. If I draw perpendicular bisector of AA1, this will be perpendicular bisector. If I draw perpendicular bisector of BB1, this is perpendicular bisector. Whenever these two perpendicular bisectors intersect, that point is I. So this is method to locate ICR. I told you how to locate ICR. General method. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Can anyone repeat? Can anyone repeat? How I locate this I? But it is very simple.
Bisector of
Yes,
AA1 and
please.
BB1, then the intersection of those perpendicular bisectors is instantaneous center.
Okay. Right. Means what? There are two positions AB and A1 B1. Then what I did, I just join AA1 and I join BB1. Then draw perpendicular bisector of AA1 and BB1. Whenever these perpendicular bisectors intersect, that point will be center of rotation I. Now say, at this instant, the center of rotation is I here. But whenever this body is moving, let's say to A to B2, then whether this center of rotation will remain same, whether this I will remain same,
No, it changed.
It gets shifted, and that's why we call this center of rotation as instantaneous center of rotation. I think it is clear. Center of rotation is imaginary point about which we assume that body is having pure rotation. Understand? Actually, it may not having pure rotation, but it is imaginary point. And why we are finding that? Because it will be easier to do kinematic analysis. That is to find out velocity and accelerations of that particular mechanism, that particular link. So in order to make our analysis simpler, we make this assumption that body is having pure the body is having pure rotation, and the point about which the body is having pure rotation is called as a center of rotation, and that is instantaneous point. This is what I just told you about instantaneous center of rotation till now. Is there any doubt about this point? If anyone asks you now what is ICR, you must be ready in position to give answer. I hope so. Those who are concentrating at least. Yes or no? You got what is ICR?
Yes, sir.
If
Yes.
no, then it means you are not concentrating. Okay. Ashwina is there, Ashwina? Ashwina Gawande. Okay, absent. Next. Karthik Guge. He get left now. Just left. Yes, Mohit. Oh, great. Pawan Jadhav.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me what is ICR? Okay. Means you're attending just for attendance purpose. Okay. Yes, Samruddhi. Samruddhi Sardar. See, same. Okay. Absent. Vishal Pol. Vishal. Okay. Yes, Dumbre.
Yes, sir.
Yes, can you tell me what is ICR? I just to inform all of you. Okay. So this is see guys, this is what condition when I ask you something. I assume that means every teacher assume that the students are concentrating, they are getting, and they are trying to give you best. But the thing is, if I started from A to Z draw randomly, no one able to answer what is ICR. I know there are some students who may concentrate. So I want to know how many of you understand ICR. Just everyone have to answer. So I'll understand how many of you are getting. I know it will be time waste, but I need to understand it. Yes.
Yes, sir. Getting.
Tell me name, please.
Gopal Harde.
Okay, next.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
getting.
sir.
Sir, Suraj Chotra. Yes, I am getting.
Sir, Nakur
Okay.
getting, sir.
Okay, next.
Yes, sir. Aditya Tellarkar getting.
my student.
Aditya.
I got Sir Sagar Patil.
Okay,
Aditya
next.
Tellarkar, sir. Getting, sir.
You can also you do one thing. Just write in chat box. So I'm getting what you are what we are discussing. Write in chat box. And if any doubt, ask now. I want to understand how many of you are getting. That's what. Otherwise, it is no use to discuss. Okay, so nearly hardly 20 to 30 students are there who understand. Okay. Yes, Rupesh Jadhav, can you tell me what is ICR?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
It is a imaginary point which lies on the ते जेव्हा आपण मराठी सांगू का सर?
अरे काय प्रॉब्लेम नाही, सांगा. कन्सेप्ट मला तुम्हाला समजलं नाही पाहिजे फक्त, बस दुसरं काही नाही.
हा, आपण जेव्हा AB लिंक पहिला कन्सिडर केली, ती जेव्हा आपण ट्रान्सलेट करून A1 B1 पोझिशनला नेली, त्यावेळी सेकंड पोझिशनला A आणि A1 म्हणजे पहिल्या दोन पोझिशन मध्ये जेव्हा आपण हे केलं, बायसेक्टर टाकला आणि दुसऱ्या दोन पोझिशन मध्ये बायसेक्टर टाकला, त्यांना म्हणजे त्या दोघांचा म्हणजे बायसेक्टिंग जी लाईन येईल त्यांचं इंटरसेक्शन जे आहे त्याला ICR म्हणायचं.
ओके, तर ICR. त्याला इन्स्टंटेनियस का म्हणतो आपण? ठीक आहे, तू नको सांगू, दुसरं कोण सांगेल. महेश शिंदे, कॅन यू टेल मी वाय इट इज कॉल्ड इन्स्टंटेनियस?
Sir, instantaneous means sir, it is joined by dotted lines.
Dotted lines. No, that is not right answer. Center of rotation, okay. I center. Why it is instantaneous? Why I said it is instantaneous? Sarthak Rao, can you tell me?
सर ते A आणि A1 आणि B आणि B1 चे बायसेक्टर्स एकाच पॉइंटला इंटरसेक्ट करतात म्हणून.
बरं, ठीक आहे.
एकाच वेसाने.
बरं. आकांक्षा शेटे, can you tell me?
Yes, sir.
Why it is instantaneous? Why it is instantaneous?
सर जेव्हा आपण ते रोटेट करतो AB ते A1 B1 येतं, त्यानंतर परपेंडिक्युलर ड्रॉ केलं, जो इंटरसेक्ट येतो तो दोघांचा पण एकाच वेळी येतो त्याच्यामुळे.
अजून कोणाला काही वेगळं सांगायचं आहे का? वन मिनिट प्लीज, 1 मिनिट. ओके, आता ज्यांनी टेक्स्ट केलाय, मला अशा अपेक्षा का त्यांना काहीतरी समस्या काहीतरी शिकण्याचा प्रयत्न करताय, समजून घेण्याचा प्रयत्न करताय. ज्यांनी काही टेक्स्ट केलेलं नाही त्यांना आपण बघू काय करायचं ते. बट आता तुम्हाला ज्यांना म्हणजे शिकतायत की ज्यांना करायची इच्छा आहे त्यांना पण कन्सेप्ट क्लिअर झाले पाहिजेत. असं नको व्हायला का फक्त वरच्यावर चाललंय. सो जस्ट टेल मी, याच्या व्यतिरिक्त कोणाला काय सांगायचं आहे का?
सर इन्स्टंटेनियस
तुमचं नाव सांगा प्लीज, कारण
सर
हॅलो,
पोझिशन चेंज.
नाव सांगा मग.
तन्मय तोरणे.
ठीक आहे, तन्मय सांग.
Sir, it's instantaneous because the position of that point keeps on changing quickly or instantly.
That's what. Okay. एक समजून घ्या रे, मी तुम्हाला परत सांगतो. आपण काय केलं, एक बॉडी घेतली, नीट लक्ष द्या ज्यात ऐकतायत त्यांनी. अँड प्लीज डोंट ट्राय टू एंटर फ्रॉम other session, other email ID. You must join from college email ID. I will not allow you to enter anyone. Okay, see here. There is one body AB. It is moving from AB to A1 B1. That's what we consider. Let's say link. Now, at this point, when body is moving from AB to A1 B1, I have to find the center of rotation. I assume that there is pure rotation. First thing, I assume that there is pure rotation of this link, even though it is not. Just for making analysis simple. Now, when I assume there is pure rotation, the question is how to find that center of rotation now. For finding center of rotation, what we do is I just drawn perpendicular bisectors to line joining A1 and BB1. Whenever these two intersect, that point is called the center of rotation. Now, my next question to you is, why it is instantaneous? It is instantaneous because when body is moving from AB to A1 B1, the center of rotation is here at this point I. But let's assume that the body is moving from A1 B1 to A2 B2. Second, let's learn it. When body is moving from A1 B1 to A2 B2. Now tell me, if I join there's bisectors, let's say join A1 B1 and join A2 B2 and then draw perpendicular bisector. Now, whether you have guaranteed that the center of rotation will be at I again?
No, sir.
No,
it will not be.
No, sir.
So it will at some other point. As center of rotation is changing from one position to another position, therefore that center of rotation is called as a instantaneous center of rotation. Clear? समजले का? Why instantaneous? Because center of rotation keep changing.
Yes.
It is not at same point. Location get changed. That's why it is called the instantaneous center of rotation. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now some students are texting here like what is center of rotation, and they are saying zero velocity point. I have not talked about zero velocity point 8. Then how you are telling me zero velocity point? Don't copy paste from some other. If you know it's good, but मला दाखवण्यासाठी काय करू नका. जे खरंच तुम्हाला समोर असेल तरच सांगा. Okay. That's what about ICR basics. That is what is ICR I told you. I think those are concentrating. There is no issue to understand what is ICR. Is it so? Shall we move next point?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, I told you whenever instantaneous center of body moving body, define that is when body is moving from one place to another place, we call that center of rotation instantaneous center of rotation. But let's say at one position we get it as I. Likewise, we shown here. And let's say at another point that center of rotation is I1. At some next, so this is point here I. After some point it will be at I1. After some next point it is at, let's say I2. Like this, we get different center of rotation. Yes or no? When body is moving, are you getting what I'm saying? Is it visible? I shown different center of rotations here by dotted points.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I join this center of rotations, if I join this instantaneous center of rotation, if I join this by some path, if I draw this path, if I join this path, then it is called the centroid. New definition here. What it is called the centroid. So what is centroid? It is locus of center of rotations. What is centroid? It is locus means path, we can say. It is locus of center of rotations, instantaneous center of rotation. So if I join path of instantaneous center of rotations, it is called the centroid. Clear? What is centroid? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
We are getting different center of rotations at different instants. That's why it is instantaneous. And if I join them, it is called the centroid. I hope understand. It is written here. The locus of all such a instantaneous center is known as a centroid. Centroid. So I define ICR. Then I told you, yes, centroid. Clear 2 points?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
मी जेवढं सांगतो तेवढं लक्षात आहे. इट इज सफिशियंट, मोर दॅन सफिशियंट, बट इट इज एसेन्शियल टू अंडरस्टँड. आणि मी जेवढं सांगतो तेवढं समजलंच पाहिजे, अदरवाईज मग तुम्हाला पुढे प्रॉब्लेम येईल. ओके, नेक्स्ट स्पेस सेंट्रोड आपण नंतर बघू. स्पेस सेंट्रोड, बॉडी सेंट्रोड. इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग हिअर इज okay. Now we'll talk about how many instantaneous centers will be there in a mechanism. So remember, number of instantaneous center in a mechanism are determined by using a formula which is on your screen, that is n into n minus 1 upon 2, where the small n, what is small n? Number of links.
Number of links.
If there are 4 links in a mechanism, if there are 4 links in a mechanism, the small n is equal to, this n is equal to, I say, how many links are 4, and there are your ICRs. Sorry, capital N is how much? How many number of ICRs in that mechanism? How many? 6. Because 4 minus 1, 3. 3 into, yes?
Into 4
N is 4
divided by 12.
This is 4. Here also it is 4. Just do it and just simple.
12 by 2.
4 into 3 upon 2. So it is 6. Means there is one formula to determine how to find out number of instantaneous centers in a mechanism. Now, there are 3 types of ICRs. There are 3 types of ICRs. One is fixed ICR, other one is permanent ICR, and next one is neither fixed nor permanent ICR. This is a very important topic. In today's session, we'll take only theory part. So 3 ICRs are there: fixed, permanent, and neither fixed nor permanent ICRs. Now, when ICR is called as a fixed ICR, let's say consider this mechanism. There are 4 links in a mechanism. Link 1, which is AD, link 2, which is CD, link 3, which is BC, and link 4 is AB. Now tell me, in this case, which link is fixed link? In this mechanism, which link is fixed link?
Link AD.
Link AD is fixed link. Okay, just wait. Now, remember, actually ICRs are located. How to locate ICRs I am telling you later on, which are called fixed ICRs. That I am telling you first, fixed. Okay, so which one is fixed ICR? Let's say I'm finding ICR of link 2 with respect to link 1. Let's understand what I'm saying. I have to find ICR of link 2 with respect to link 1. If link 2, we know that what is ICR basically center of rotation. But you know that this link 2 is assumed to be rotated about which points? D point, yes or no?
Yes.
About which point D will rotate? This link 2 will rotate about D point, na?
Yes.
Yes or no? Okay. Similarly, tell me about which point this link 4 will rotate with respect to link 1?
A.
A.
Okay. My next question. About which point link 3 will rotate with respect to link 4?
B.
B. I repeat.
Yes, B point.
See the question first. Huh? About which point link 3 will rotate with respect to link 2?
C.
C.
Which point? C point.
C.
So you all of you just told me about which point this link will rotate. So this is our prediction. So remember, whenever we are finding center of rotation of a link with respect to a fixed link, I repeat, whenever we are finding center of rotation of a link with respect to a fixed link, then that ICR, that center of rotation, is called as a fixed ICR. So when there is fixed ICR, if out of two links, at least one link must be fixed. So when I'm finding ICR of link 2 with respect to link 1, it is called as a fixed ICR. So I12 is called as a fixed ICR. Why it is fixed? Because out of these two links, one link is fixed. And which link is fixed? Link number 1 is fixed. Similarly, when I am finding ICR of link 4 with respect to 1, can I call this ICR as fixed ICR? I14 as fixed ICR?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. Why yes? Because
One link is
Link 1
fixed
is fixed.
in between.
link 1 is fixed. So I hope you understand when it is called fixed ICR. When I am finding ICR of one link with respect to another link, out of that two link, one link is fixed, then that ICR is called as a fixed ICR. Now tell me, in this case, is there any other ICR which is fixed ICR?
D.
D. Which one? D. D is nothing but I12, I said.
No, sir.
Yes, it is. Actually, T, this link 2 will rotate with respect to link 1 about this point, that point D. And what name is going to the ICR? I12. Why I12? ICR of link 1 and 2. I14 means ICR of link 1 and 4. Now remember, I can also write it as I21. I12 is equal to I21, no issue. I14 is equal to I41, no issue. But general practice is that we'll write in ascending order. समजते का? I12 आणि I21 लिहू शकतो मी, पण प्रॉब्लेम काय आहे? ऍक्च्युअली असं नाही का तो लिहू शकत नाही, लिहू शकतो, बट आपली प्रॅक्टिस काय आहे? स्टँडर्ड रिकॉग्निशन काय आहे? राईट इन असेंडिंग ऑर्डर. देअरफॉर राईट इन I12, नॉट I21. लिहिलं तर काही फरक पडणार नाही, बट विल राईट I12. सिमिलरली I14 आय विल राईट. फिक्स ICR समजलंय का?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now, which ICR is called permanent ICR? Remember, now talk about C and B. आता लक्षात घ्या, link 3 will rotate about link 2 at which point? About which point? C point. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Link 3 will rotate about link 4 about which point? B point.
B.
Now tell me whether these ICRs will remain, whether I can call it as fixed ICRs?
No.
No.
Because either link 3
No,
or
sir.
link 4 is not fixed. Similarly, when I am finding ICR of 3 with respect to 2, no any link is fixed. Similar for 3 and 4, no link is fixed. So this is not fixed ICR. If the ICR position will remain at same point, listen it carefully. If ICR position will remain at same point, either B or C, that ICR location of 3 and 4 will be at B only. Similarly, ICR of 3 and 2 will be at C only. Then this kind of ICRs are called as permanent ICRs. Why permanent? Because their location will remain at B only. Their location will remain at C only. And hence these are called as permanent ICRs. I repeat, as ICR of 3 and 4 will always at junction, will always at B only, or ICR of 3 and 2 will always at C only, it is called as a permanent ICR. Clear or not? तो ऑलवेज कुठे राहणार आहे? बी लाच राहणार आहे किंवा सी लाच राहणार आहे, म्हणून त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो? परमनंट आयसीआर म्हणतो. बट रिमेंबर, इट इज नॉट, इवन दो आय सेड इट इज ॲट बी ओनली, बट व्हेनेवर दिस मेकॅनिझम गेट चेंजेस इन पोझिशन, then let's say mechanism changes position. from AB to, let's say, AB1, and assume it is straight one, like this. Suppose this is position, this one is B1, and let's say this one is C1. This one is B1 and this one is C1. Now tell me whether this ICR remains at B only at same location. अरे सेम लोकेशन राहिला का तो?
Yes, sir.
No.
मी परत काय म्हणलं लक्षात, पोझिशन चेंज झाली आहे. इट मूव्स फ्रॉम बी टू बी, बट तो कुठे राहिलाय? दोघांच्या जंक्शनलाच राहिला ना. अरे इट दॅट जंक्शन ऑफ बी लिंक 3 and 4 ओनली ना. इट्स position get changed but location remains same na. Location means I am saying at the intersection of B and at the intersection of 3 and 4. Similarly, I am saying it will remain at the intersection of 3 and 2 only. समजतंय का? तो जंक्शनलाच राहणार आहे, तो दुसरीकडे कुठे जाणार नाही, त्याची पोझिशन चेंज होईल. Therefore it is called as a permanent ICR. Clear? अरे परमनंट आयसीआर कळतोय का? जेव्हा दोन लिंक असतात त्या दोन लिंकच्या जंक्शनला जो आयसीआर असतो त्याला काय म्हणायचं आपण? परमनंट आयसीआर. एवढं लक्षात असो. इफ देर आर टू लिंक्स, लिंक 3 and 4, तर जंक्शन विल बी कॉल्ड एज परमनंट आयसीआर. आणि जर परमनंट का म्हणतो आपण? तो आयसीआर त्याच पोझिशनला राहतो, तो चेंज होत नाही. हा, त्याची पोझिशन चेंज होते पण त्याचं लोकेशन जे आहे ते कुठे असणार आहे? दोघांच्या जंक्शनलाच असणार आहे. याला काय म्हणतो? परमनंट. आणि तिसरा जो आहे नायदर फिक्स नॉर परमनंट आयसीआर. मग जो परमनंट पण नाही आणि फिक्स पण नाही त्याला काय म्हणायचं? नायदर फिक्स नॉर परमनंट. हाऊ टू फाइंड विल सी इन नेक्स्ट लेक्चर. परमनंट कळलेत का? आणि फिक्स कळलंय का? फिक्स आणि परमनंट काय कळलंय का?
हो सर. सर इथे B1 परमनंट इन्स्टंटेनियस सेंटर आहे ना?
B1 परमनंट इज यस. हा, यस यस. कारण तो कुठं लक्षात घ्या, तो बी कडून B1 कडे मूव्ह झालाय पण त्याला आपण काय म्हणणार? परमनंट आयसीआर म्हणणार आहे. सी कडून C1 कडे मूव्ह झालाय पण तो कुठे राहिलाय? त्या लोकेशनलाच राहिलाय. लोकेशन म्हणजे मला काय म्हणायचं? दोघांच्या जंक्शनलाच राहिलाय म्हणून त्याला परमनंट म्हणतात. आणि फिक्स कधी म्हणायचं? जर दोन्हीपैकी एक लिंक असेल फिक्स असेल तर काय म्हणायचं? फिक्स. दोन्हीपैकी एक लिंक फिक्स असेल तर काय म्हणायचं? परमनंट. आता लक्षात घ्या, फिक्स आणि परमनंट आयसीआर हे दोन जे आहेत ते आयसीआर आपण इन्स्पेक्शननी फाइंड करू शकतो, म्हणजे ऑब्झर्वेशननी फाइंड करू शकतो. पण तिसरा आयसीआर जो आहे तो आपल्याला बाय ऑब्झर्वेशन किंवा बाय इन्स्पेक्शन फाइंड करता येत नाही. कळलंय का? हा जो थर्ड आहे वी कॅन फाइंड बाय इन्स्पेक्शन. पण कोणता फाइंड करू शकतो आपण? पहिले दोन इन्स्पेक्शन फाइंड करू. जसं मी फाइंड केलं, जसं मी काय केलं पाहता, पहिल्यांदा मी काय डायरेक्ट केलं, I12 हे कुठं जंक्शनला असणार आहेत. हे दोन्ही पण आयसीआर कुठं असणार आहे? त्या दोन लिंकच्या जंक्शनला असणार आहे. जसं लिंक 1 आणि 4 जंक्शनला कोण आहे? I14. लिंक 1 आणि 2 जंक्शनला कोण आहे? I12. 3-4 जंक्शनला कोण आहे? I34. 3-2 जंक्शनला कोण आहे? I23. आता फरक काय? फक्त I14 I12 काय आहेत? फिक्स्ड आहेत आणि I34 I23 काय आहेत? परमनंट आहेत. कळलेत का? डिफरन्स कळलाय का?
येस सर. हो सर.
Yes, sir.
ओके. ऍक्च्युली आता सेकंड लेक्चर आहे, सो विल वी हॅव टू स्टॉप हिअर. लक्षात घ्या, हा टॉपिक खूप सिंपल आहे. एक गोष्ट सांगतो तुम्हाला, मी याच्यावरती एक व्हिडिओ मी शेअर केलाय आयसीआर वरती. प्रिव्हियस सेशनचा जो व्हिडिओ आहे याच्यावरती पूर्ण व्हिडिओ बनवलाय. त्या व्हिडिओ थ्रू गो थ्रू करा. दोन्ही व्हिडिओ पाहून घ्या, इट विल बी बेटर फॉर यू. ठीक आहे?
ओके सर.
येस.
आय थिंक नो डाऊट थोडा टॉपिक आपण छोटाच घेतलाय. काही डाऊट असेल तर विचारा, अदरवाइज विल स्टॉप. एनी डाऊट? आणि सगळ्यांना रिक्वेस्ट आहे, प्लीज बी कॉन्सन्ट्रेटिंग. थोडं लक्ष द्या. आज मी पाहिलं काय तुमची अवस्था आहे. डोंट डू दॅट. एनी डाऊट्स आर देअर?
No, sir.
नो सर.